Good morning, folks. We are back. We are so back. Link, if you're in here, can you like the live, please? So we can get the likes up to at least 1,000. And then we'll let some people up. Thank you for the Go Populars. I appreciate it. If you haven't already, go ahead and repost the live, share it out, put it on your story. The Bible says, "Thou shalt not murder." Yeah, I agree. Amen, amen. Thank you so much for the heart me. I appreciate it. Welcome in. Welcome in. Sorry for for his confusion. You're not fake. It's your animals that are. That's hilarious. That is so funny. Thank you for clarifying. Hello, kitty. You are fake. I just told my cat. I relayed the message to the cat that she is fake. Oh, it's raining outside, but it feels nice. I hope everybody's having a wonderful morning. What a great day to be alive. It's Thursday. Oh man, I forgot my coffee. Oh, this is my other account, Luke. I got banned on Chicken. Chicken is banned until the 9th because this guy, his name is Your Far Right Cousin, F-slurred somebody on my panel and it immediately shut my live down. So he said the F-A-G-G-O-T word. So I didn't get a warning. It just dropped my live immediately. So thank you for the heart me. Appreciate it. Oh my goodness. Do you guys hear my cat? What is happening? What, kitty? She's talking to me. She wants to tell me something. Wait, what? I was flagged for hate speech? I didn't even say anything. I didn't even say anything. Yes, me and Logan both in the same day got banned. So I will be back on Chicken in I think it's on the 9th. Yeah, starting off strong. Oh, because I spelled it? You know what? I'm just a woman. I can't even believe I was able to spell that. Although my husband, he's a good leader. He taught me how to read and write. So, amen for men. I don't know why my cat is freaking out. She keeps meowing at me. Yeah, can you guys hear her? I don't know why she's tripping. They belittle women. They only see them as a reproduction machine and obey their husbands. Bruh, what? Dina, are you okay? What, kitty kitty? What you want? What you want, kitty? Biblical stance is it's wrong. Yeah, that's correct. That is correct. Oh man. All right, guys. If you're in here, well, it's my perspective on the Bible. I would say that your perspective is wrong because it is very clear that that is not prescribed by God how women are to be treated. Unless you just define words differently, which I'm assuming you do. All right, if you guys want to give me the biblical stance on abortion, request up. If you don't request up, I'm just going to assume you're running. I'm just kidding. That's a joke. Oh my gosh, thank you for the New York cabs. That's cute. Oh man. Thank you guys for liking the live. We're already at 3K. If anybody wants to hop up, I'll have like, I don't know, like 2 abolitionists up here with me. I just don't want to overwhelm the guests, so we can get some opposition. Or just get people up here to talk about it. Oh man, it's also kind of cold. I'm kind of surprised. $48. Ooh. I think it's mid 50s. Let me double check. Yeah, I think it's like, yeah, it's 54 right now. 54. Okay, here we go. Oh, it's 54. Wow. 54 for you as well. Okay. Not even 7 a.m. and it's 64 degrees. That's crazy. Sandwich maker is in the house. We'll let her up.
Hey.
Hello. Are you here to make sandwiches?
I'm here.
Are you here to get a ban on the host?
I got blocked from money.
It's okay. We can discuss it off of the panel.
Okay, please.
Yeah, that's fine.
I'm.
All right. If there's out of the 12 of you here, if you have now I want pastrami. Yum. Ban whatever cup that is. Oh, these are just like my throwaway cups that I make coffee in sometimes. I obviously use them to go, but I wouldn't recommend because these are lined with probably like, I don't know, poison or something. So 0 out of 10, do not recommend. Apple or pumpkin spice? Ooh, it depends. It depends. I do have an apple right here that I was eating. But if it's going to be apple flavored, I prefer like caramel apple flavored instead of like cinnamon apple. And then I'm okay with pumpkin. I like pumpkin flavor over like pumpkin spice. So I would probably, I think I said this before, I'm very particular I'm not picky. I'm just particular how I like certain things. So thank you guys for being here. Thank you for liking the live. I appreciate it. What is the biblical stance on abortion? So this, since there's nobody, no ops up here to talk with, because Sandwich is not an op. This background was inspired by my emotional state this morning, which is emotional and sad. So that's why this background is what it is. So if you guys can pray for me, I'd appreciate it. Yeah, like there's one drink, sorry for talking with my mouth full, but there's one drink that I do like from Starbucks during like the pumpkin spice, and it's the like the vanilla pumpkin cream cold foam whatever. Like that's good, but it's essentially vanilla cold brew with a pumpkin foam top. Thank you, Terry. Yeah, Zerk, the only time I go to Starbucks is going to be during that time. And it's maybe like once or twice during that month. Pumpkin cream vanilla cold brew, that's what it is. But I will say that there's a really good pumpkin flavored coffee, and it's by Cast Brew, which is out of West Virginia, and it's called Mr. Bocus Pumpkin Spice Experience. That is really good. Are you good? Cajun, are you good? Cajun, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Are you good?
Not really.
Okay. Um, pumpkin roll flavor. Hold on. Do you want somebody to talk like offline?
No, I don't know. I think I need to just leave, honestly.
Okay. When I get off of here, I'll message you. Yeah, or Post said that she can call you on Discord. Either way.
I don't know. I just feel like it was public on what happened. I just,
Hmm.
I'm really, like, just, I don't know what I've done. I don't
You haven't done.
understand.
You haven't. Yeah, you haven't done anything like. So in this situation, what they are doing, it's they are bringing that upon themselves. They've been invited to the group multiple times. They have left multiple times. They choose to be excluded. They choose to not accept, our friend requests. So it's nothing that you have done. It essentially would be more of a guilty by association. But here's the thing: people have said the same thing to me about I should not have link on my panel. I should not have extra on my panel. I should not have blah 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 on my panel. And I say, oh well, it's my panel. Now, if there are days that I don't want to talk to Link, then I just won't let him up. And it's easy as that. Nobody is telling you you must do this or you're not an abolitionist. You must do this or you're not an abolitionist. No. If you if you have the same ideals as far as like, the abolition of abortion, and you are a Protestant Christian, how you run your panels is just how you run your panels. Like this right here, obviously I'm targeting Christians, so I will allow Christians on my panel. This is not a strict like abolition, you know, like uh, prompt. So like when I run Christian panels, I expect Christians to come up here and, you know, defend why IVF is wrong, why abortion is wrong, and I expect them to do it scripturally. But that doesn't inherently mean you have to be an abolitionist to be on the panel when we are having a Christian panel.
Well, what happened was is I commented, "Why is your cabinet door open?" I don't know, something so stupid.
Bro.
That's all I said was, "Why is your cabinet door open?" And you took offense for that. And then I said, "Use something about your prompt," or I don't know. It was just this is so superficial. Like, and I said that I said that in the comments, and I said it's seriously cringe, and I got a ban because I said that. I don't know.
WKJ.
I think I'm just
WKJ.
overreacting. I think I might be
Yeah.
just overreacting, and I'm also like not on my medication, and I'm just, I don't know.
Yeah,
I
you
did
tried to reason with
actually-
them. Yeah, you tried to reason with them. I tried to get them to tell me how I'm fake. And
Yeah.
when I kept pressing them, they're like, "You just keep saying the same thing over and over again." Yeah, so do you. And you keep deflecting and you keep burden shifting because this is crazy. Just tell me how I'm fake because that's what your wife said.
Yeah. Well, I just don't think what I've done was
Hey, Victor.
enough to to be unfriended and banned, and I don't know. I think I'm just overthinking it, and I'm just emotional.
Yeah, I get it. I get
I'll
it.
go make
I
a
already
sandwich.
I told Post. I told Post first thing this morning. I'm emotional today. I should not be on TikTok. Here I am, going against my own thing that I said.
Well, hello, chicken.
Yo,
So you're fake because 2 days ago you said you would go live with me, and then you never went live until I went to bed.
Oh, says the guy that's like, I'm gonna go live tomorrow, and then you disappear for 2 weeks.
right,
Okay,
right.
fair enough. I don't have a foot to stand.
We could get a ban on the host. That's crazy.
Yeah. Let's just ban the host.
I don't know.
Sandwich. I saw what happened over there. I don't know. I just wanted to tell you that don't even worry about it. Don't even worry about it.
I know, but I'm
Just take a deep breath. Don't even worry about it. You didn't do anything wrong. You didn't do anything wrong. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
Yeah. I don't feel like I've done enough. Like, I don't know. Just,
Riz Lightyear, you're a coward.
No, I'm
at
just
least we got
smarter than you are, Mike. That's all. It's okay. It's okay, but you're not gonna get away with what you're doing. You're consulting with unbelievers.
Hey, guest.
Hi,
How old are you?
I'm 20.
Are you a Christian?
No.
Oh, okay. What is the biblical stance on abortion? Is it Yara?
Yeah. So what I
Okay.
understand the biblical stance of abortion is the fact that you're not allowed to get it because all life is valued. And so when the sperm hits the egg, that's when you guys consider it to be a life, right? Because life forms.
Yep. That's when a new human is alive. Yes.
Yeah. So that's what I
Do
understand.
you
it to be.
disagree with that?
Absolutely, I do, because I think that
Well, we have to take it one step at a time. You disagree that when sperm and egg meet, that's not a human?
it starts to develop into a human, but it's not a human at that point.
What is it? What is it before it develops into a human?
It is forming, so it's forming into a fetus.
So does it go from one species to another species? Is that what you're saying?
No, Because in order for it to be a species, there would need to be a heartbeat, and you can only see the heartbeat on the 5th or 6th week. So after the first trimester.
So, Yara, does that mean that all mammals that conceive, they don't have anything there? They have a goopity goosh until like the 6th week?
Well, ma'am, I don't really know anything about mammals. I can't really comment on that, but
Well,
I do
you
know
are a
about.
mammal, ma'am. Or sir, whatever.
Well, I don't know anything about animals, if that's what you were referring to.
That's okay. So a heartbeat means that you're a human. Is that what you're saying?
A heartbeat means that there's a life there, yeah. I'm not talking about humans.
Okay,
I mean,
so
yeah, go ahead.
so what is your stance on abortion then? Like, what's your whole, like, your cutoffs, or you have none, or what's going on?
Okay, so my cutoff would be abortion after the fetus is forming, so you can see the heartbeat, the baby is there, it's developing. That's when I would say, okay, abortion, I don't know about that. But I think in the first trimester, if you know that you're pregnant and you know that there's certain situations that you're in and abortion would be more suitable, then I would say, yeah, I support it. Because it's your body, your choice.
Okay, so what's the argument? A heartbeat, bodily autonomy, what?
Everything. I would say with the
Everything?
Christian, I think with the Christian stance, you guys think, well, you guys believe there's life there. I don't think that there's life there until the 5th, 6th week. But personally, I think regardless of that, the first trimester, you should be able to get abortion if you wanted.
Okay, but how come not after the first trimester?
Because there is a life there.
Okay, why?
And also, it's more complicated after the first trimester scientifically. It could harm your body. So I believe that the abortion should be in cases of like severe and extreme situations and predicaments, right? And if that's the argument that I'm going to use, I fully believe that when the baby starts to form and you have to get an abortion, they usually recommend the suction, and that's very harmful to the body. And also, abortions have an effect on the body, right? We do know this. So after the first trimester, I would completely say that you need to weigh out your options, and I would say abortion is most likely more of a harmful route.
Okay, Yara, I got a question for you.
Go ahead.
Well, no, we gotta contend with what she's saying. I just don't want to get off into like tangents. Like, we just gotta stay on what she's saying. So, so you just, I don't know, you just keep going back and forth. So it is okay after the first trimester, even though you do believe that there is a life there.
Well, I think that abortion would be a last resort. So like, you need to weigh out your options, right? I think after the first trimester, if you're able to go through with the pregnancy and go the adoption route, I think that would be viable. But then again, our world is pretty corrupt. People don't really take care of children like we know they should, right? So
Well,
there's
right,
a
and you would fall under that because you say that it would be okay for mothers to kill their babies in the womb. So like, you're also like a part of that. But the thing is like, it is irrefutable that a human being starts when the egg and the sperm meet. So I just don't understand how it's not a human, then it's 6 weeks, it has a heartbeat, it's a human. And then when the first trimester is over, you can't kill that human, but then you're saying you can kill that human under certain circumstances. So I'm just trying to get exactly what the position is.
I'm gonna try to say it plainly, right? I think motherly love is in many different forms, okay? So there's a story, and I don't want you guys to not understand the analogy. This is completely an analogy, right? There was a slave called Margaret Garner, and she was a slave, and she escaped from her slave camp, right? And the slave owners tracked her down and they tried to bring her back. But when they found her, she killed all her children because she didn't want her children to be slaves. And she argued that it was out of love because what she went through was horrible and she didn't want her children to go through it. So I think
So
there's
she murdered her kids? There's no
Pretty much.
Human beings should not mercy kill. That's not something that we do. It's not motherly love to murder your children.
I think that if you're protecting them from things that you feel like would really, really mess them up in their life, then I do think it's a mercy kill. Like if there was a bug,
It is
right?
a mercy
And
kill. We don't agree. We don't disagree there. It is a mercy kill.
Mhm.
I'm just saying what like why is that good? Like that a mother can murder her children to potentially reduce harm? Is that
I
what you're
think
saying?
yeah, reduce harm definitely. I think that when it comes to that conversation, just like I mentioned Margaret Garner, she was essayed a lot of times. Why would she want her daughters to go through that, you know? And her daughters would experience those things and become messed up. It would affect
Well,
them
we
really
don't know.
negatively
Yeah,
in
but
life.
she didn't know that though. She didn't know that. She was just assuming that is what was going to happen. So she murdered her children. Like right now you are saying murder is okay
Mhm.
as long as it's preventing harm. Do you see an
Yeah,
issue with that?
not at all. Because if I was a
Okay.
woman, say in Afghanistan, you know Afghanistan, right? Everybody does. Why would I want, and the child is a girl, why would I want that girl to grow up in an Islamist regime that
Well,
is so
yeah,
extreme
yeah,
and
That's
is against women?
this is a crystal ball fallacy.
Hmm.
You're just making this up to
I'm not
fit.
making it up. I'm just saying, like,
No.
sometimes you are in
no,
situations
when
where
you
you don't
say
want.
no, but when you say I'm going to do this because this is probably going to happen, like we don't know that. You're just assuming this is going to happen,
Okay, so
but
I'll mention
but
something more modern, right? So in
well,
LA,
no, I don't want another. No, I don't want another example. What I'm saying is now you have to justify why murdering is okay because you think something bad might happen.
I mean, if somebody was coming up to you to attack you and you know they're gonna end up probably killing you, sorry, my bad. They're probably gonna unalive you. You're gonna do it back to them to defend yourself, right? It's the same thing,
Yeah,
like
but
in
it's not the same thing.
conceptually.
That's not the same thing. No, it's not. You're saying that it's okay for a mother to kill her child because something might happen. She doesn't have a direct threat, so that doesn't make sense. So now you just
If
have to
you if
justify
no, but like
why murdering is okay.
if you were kidnapped and you had to give birth to your daughter to your kidnapper, right? And you know he's going to do bad things to her, would you not
I
mercy
don't know
kill?
that. No, I don't know that. Nobody knows that. You don't know that for a fact. That's what I'm saying. So like when Sandwich brought up, a crystal ball fallacy, like you're just assuming this might happen, so I'm going to kill because this might happen.
Okay, I see
That's
your
why I'm saying
point,
like
but
you just need to like justify why taking the life is okay. Like that's what we're here trying to get out of you. Like why is
yeah, I
murdering
mean,
okay?
I still think it's okay because if I was to have a daughter or a son and I'm really broke, I don't have, the father may have been unalived or he's not in the picture for whatever reason, and I can't support these kids, I'm not going to have them because in this world, you need money, you need to have a comfortable life. There's different predicaments that can happen. So I think to weigh out those options before you, I think would be better for the children. You should not bring children into the world if you're not, for example, financially stable, or if you don't have a good home to bring them up in, or you
Well,
can't
what
raise
if
them in
I
an
already
environment.
But what if I already have children and then I get put into those circumstances where I don't have a home anymore and I don't have money? Can I kill my kids?
Mm, well, it depends what predicament you would be in.
I just said I don't have money and I don't have a home, but I already have born children. Can I kill them?
Right, but if you were homeless, would you not give them up?
If I listen, if I do not have a home and I have no money, but I already have children, can I kill them?
No, because they're already in the world.
Why?
Because they're already in the
But
world. You brought them into the world.
the children in the womb are already in the world. Where else would they be?
No, they're inside the mother's body.
On
And they
this
still
planet or somewhere else?
No, I mean they're in your body in this planet, but at that point they haven't started their life. But if you
Well,
already
now
have kids in your
but you're pleading to location now. So because the child is in the womb, I can kill them if I'm under that circumstance. But if
No, I'm
I'm
not pleading to
outside, but
location.
if you are because you're saying the same circumstance, Homeless, no money. Child in the womb, kill them. Child outside of the womb, can't kill them. So
Well,
their
listen,
location matters.
if you were homeless and pregnant, would you still keep the baby?
Yes. I'm not going to murder my child. What did my child do?
Okay,
My
but
child
the
didn't do
child is gonna
anything.
come out to no home, is gonna come out on the
Again,
streets and live with you on the
you're
streets.
just assuming that. You're just assuming that.
Okay, in America, who's
You
gonna
just
help
keep
you
saying
as a
that.
pregnant homeless lady? Like, tell me that. Who's gonna help you as a pregnant homeless
The
lady?
local churches, the government, like, hello, do you
The
do you
churches don't
understand how
even
much
give.
taxpayer? Hello,
The
you're
churches
talking to
don't
a
even help.
Christian. Hello?
hmm
Yes, they do.
The,
They do. They do. You're probably just talking about one or two churches that might not do something. Okay, they're wrong.
My church actually gives hotel rooms to homeless people whenever
really,
they
that's
come
a
in.
first. That's a
But
first,
no,
and that's
That's what I'm
I
saying.
surprising.
You're just
I
generalizing. You're just generalizing churches. So that's what I'm saying is like churches help out. Do you know how? I mean, there's tons of government assistance. Like I don't understand like why I have to
The
murder my
government
child and
system.
all of this.
Okay, number
Yeah.
one, the government assistance is horrible. Okay, it doesn't even help.
But
Secondly,
okay, so you agree
churches.
there is government
Maybe
assistance.
churches.
So
Maybe I'm generalizing churches, but at the same time, I've seen lots and lots of churches not help out. So I don't think I'm generalizing because it's
okay, and they're
everybody. If
wrong.
universally people are experiencing that, then it's definitely a culture in the churches. They don't even let people sleep in their cars in the parking lot. So I don't know about that, but
I
I hear
don't
what
know
you're
about that
saying. But
either. That yeah, that
at
doesn't
the same
sound. But
time, things are
that still doesn't
uncertain.
justify why you can murder. Like that's what I'm saying. Like we're going around and round and round. I just need you to give me the argument why murdering is good.
I already did. I think mercy killing should be a thing. Like I would not want my
What is the
child in
argument
my
for
womb.
mercy killing? What is the
I already
argument for
gave you the
mercy
argument. If
killing?
listen, I don't completely all the way agree, but I think in certain circumstances it's okay, and in those extreme circumstances, it's completely validated in my eyes. I think in certain situations, just like I gave you the homeless pregnant, right? You should be able to have an abortion in that
But
situation,
that
and
was
it
a
shouldn't be looked
logical
down on.
fallacy because you're special pleading to location. It's illogical what you
And it
said
doesn't matter
because
if
you
it's
said
pleading to
baby in the
location
womb you
anyway.
can. It does matter because that's like I said that's illogical. What you
Because
are saying is not.
if a child is out in the world, they're like it's breathing, right? And there's adoption agencies. So if you can't give them up for adoption and they're just on the street with you, how are you gonna like go day by day with this baby? It's probably gonna die from malnutrition. You're not gonna be able to feed it, or something is gonna happen that's gonna go wrong, and it's gonna probably die in a very, very horrible way. So you'd rather do it now, from your point of view, rather than it just going by day and just starving
Domestic
to.
infant adoption is about 100%. So I don't see why the homeless woman. Do you think the homeless woman like gives birth on the side of the road
Well, she
and then
definitely.
like
There's a
nobody
lot.
can help her?
There was pregnant homeless ladies who talked about this, and they received no support at all, and so they ended up having
Well,
miscarriages.
okay, that's a miscarriage. That's not her having birth.
Yeah, but
That's what I'm saying.
during
Like,
their pregnancy, why were they not helped to the point they had to
I
be
don't
at a point where
know.
they
You
were
tell. I don't know. Why didn't
Well,
they
you
just
live in
go murder
America,
their kids like
girl.
you suggest? Are you not in
I think
America?
they should have, instead of having miscarriage, which is worse for your body,
How is it worse?
at
No,
6 months
miscarriage
having
is
a
not.
pregnancy.
Wait. No. Miscarriage is not worse for your body. What?
A miscarriage
This
affects your
is
body.
just.
Yes, it does.
It affects your body, but it's not
And
worse than an abortion.
if you
Do you
go
know
get
what
an
a
abortion,
Do you know what a physiological process is?
explain it to me.
Okay, so a physiological process is something that's just involuntary that your body knows how to do, and it is inherently unharmful to your body. Like peeing,
Wait a
that's
minute.
a
No.
physiological. Yeah, yeah. Oh,
It,
really? You're really gonna tell me no,
hold
no, no, no,
on.
no?
No, and you need to be in a hospital room and
Pregnancy,
need to be checked.
No, you don't. No, you
Yes, you
don't.
do.
No, you don't. No, you
It can
don't.
cause blockages. Are we serious?
Yeah, I am dead serious.
It
No,
can
you
cause
don't. You don't have.
blockages. It can
You're
cause
just saying
blockages.
that. You don't even know blockages.
No,
What's a
you can
blockage?
Google this. You can Google
Yeah,
this.
you're just making this up now.
No, you
Now
can
you're
Google
just
this.
making
It's
it
a
up.
real
Yeah, you
thing.
are. What's a blockage?
I'm
What do
really
you
not.
mean by that?
Like the fetus has to come out. Your body needs
Yeah,
to
you
clear it.
think her
But
you think her body wait,
sometimes
you think that her body can't expel her baby?
it can, but sometimes your body is too swolled up in the process. It can cause blockages from within. So
You don't
yeah,
know
you
what you're
do need to.
talking about. You
Yes,
actually
I
don't know what
do.
you're talking about.
Yes, I do.
No, you don't.
This is Googleable. You can Google it.
Yeah, I'm in the birthing space in the birthing industry. So yeah, this is not
Yeah,
like a
but
thing.
you're probably looking at it
No,
from a Christian view because y'all don't even
yeah, I'm
think that you
looking.
should get medicine during childbirth.
That's
You
not
guys are
true.
against that.
That's not true.
Okay.
That's not
Well, if
true.
you don't, that's you. But other Christians I've spoken to, they are completely
Well,
against. Um,
they should be against anything that disturbs physiology. Yes, they should be against it. Because here's the thing, this is why women die in childbirth, because they are being disturbed during their birth. And then the doctors are causing issues, and then they have to fix the issues that they cause. And a lot of women die because of that, because they're interrupting
are
their
you
physiology.
serious? No,
Yes, I'm
people.
serious.
No, the
Yeah.
women. No, no, no,
Oh
no.
my gosh.
The women during childbirth, when they're giving childbirth, a lot of them cannot push all the way. They need to be
That's
have a
not
C-section.
true.
There is a
No, they
reason their C-section
don't.
exists. Yes,
No,
they
they
do.
don't. No, they
This is
don't.
a historical
Yours,
thing, by the way. A
a
lot of women
historical
have died
thing?
during childbirth. Yes, there's a
Yeah,
reason
why
why
did they
there was
die? Yeah, why did they die?
because they had
Why did they
complications.
die?
Because they had
Why did they have
complications.
complications? What were the
Because they had no
complications?
doctor in the room. The modern
That's not
technology the way
true.
you have today, they had no access to it.
That's not true. That's
That
just
is
what you're saying.
true.
Everything that you're saying is just not true.
You can literally Google it. It is true. Why do you
Okay,
think a
but what you're
C-section
saying,
exists?
yeah, but C-sections exist for profit. That's why C-sections exist. Yeah, I'm just gonna tell you right
Well,
now, for
well then
profit.
in the UK NHS is free, so why would it exist there if they're not earning anything from it?
What do you mean they're not earning it? Doctors don't work for free. Are you kidding me?
Girl, the doctors don't
Even
get
if
paid the same as American wages. They get paid pennies
it
here.
doesn't matter, they still get paid. Like just because the insurance or your taxpayers pay them. But the thing is
Yeah, but the
see,
profit
there's
is way more
only
in America,
there's
so the
very
profit argument
minimal.
doesn't work.
So what? So
Also, a lot of those services are free in ethnic countries, so what are they earning from
yeah,
C-sections?
but it's free here if you get all you have to do is have Medicaid. And
Medicaid?
pregnant
Okay,
women
but
get Medicaid. Pregnant
so then
women
what's
get
the profit
Medicaid, and
argument?
no. I'm saying with the mother, because the insurance pays for it. Hello.
Okay,
The
but where's the
intro.
profit?
Do you think when somebody? Do you think when somebody? Do you think when somebody has Medicaid and they don't have to pay out of pocket that the doctor is working for free?
Well, no, but you said they earn more. It's because of profit. A lot of
Yes, they
people,
do.
there's
Yes, C-sections,
in
because
America.
listen, there's less than 5 conditions that would require a C-section, but over 30% of birth is resulting in C-section, and a lot of them are voluntary C-sections because they are told that it's easier to do it this way.
And it is easier to do it that way.
No, it's not. It is not easier to give a woman a C-section. The woman has to be cut through 7 layers of her body, and the child is pulled out of her womb. And then they also are going to cause future issues because you have to cut open the uterus as well. Hello, it's not
Okay, but
easier, and
if they explain,
that's
because in
not
the
easier.
no, because the NHS
They don't
has a rule.
explain that.
Wait, no, there's an informed consent rule in the UK, and they have to explain all of that to the patient. And if the patient chooses it, what's the problem with that?
That they shouldn't, like literally, because they are going that should not even be an option to have a
Why
C-section.
not?
Can I clarify some misinformation about the NHS that she said earlier?
Oh yeah, sure.
I think
So,
he's a he, Jack. You should be clear.
sorry?
Yeah, I
It
think
doesn't
she-
matter. Just talk to Yura. It doesn't matter. We don't have to
Yeah,
go into
so
that.
I'm actually British, unlike the Chinese he, she, they. The
Okay, reform voter.
Well, yeah, look, I don't really care, to be honest. Like, your eyes look like hyphens. You talk white. You probably dress black.
Okay,
I'm
this
Jack,
not bothered.
isn't.
Jack, come on. Just
Okay,
if you want to
the
say something to
misinfo.
Yura, say it.
No,
about the
because this is
casual
crazy that
racism.
you would even
The
allow him to be
actual
on the panel.
misinfo that you stated, there are
Alright.
massive monetary
I-
interests in the NHS. So whenever the procedure is done, they have tons of money from the taxpayer going into the maintenance, the workers who are actually operating it, which you could say doctors, nurses, technicians, and all of the companies before to actually get that technology, the money as compared to what's spent in the US is massively inflated because they know the government is going to foot the bill. It's like if you won the lottery, right? If you won the Lotto Millions, right, that we have every other day, you would be able to fund the NHS for about an hour. That's how much money they pump into the NHS a day, right? There are tons of monetary interests in the NHS, and it is totally corrupt. You can even go back and, like, Tony Blair came in either the late 1980s or the early 1990s, and you can see before then the amount of money in bureaucracy and the amount of money in the workers tracks inflation, and it roughly stays the equivalent. So you pay as much into your bureau as you do into your workers. And then when Tony Blair comes in and he starts reforming the NHS, the bureaucrats start taking a massive piece of the pie, and it exponentially shoots up whilst the workers' pay tracks it. So again, massive monetary interests in the NHS. That is total misinformation.
Yeah, stop having C-sections. It is very harmful on your body.
She is right that you can have Brexit is a factor as well. That doesn't deny my point. But she is right that you can have elective C-sections. Some hospitals they don't have the room, like the more rural ones, where the elective options are disallowed because they need it for more high priority patients. But if you're in like the city hospital or the county hospital, the university hospitals, right, the big ones, you can get tons of elective procedures done, and it's firstly it's totally wasteful because it's still footed by the taxpayer despite you wanting it electively, and it does do a lot of damage for women having C-sections when it's not necessary.
Yeah, and another problem is some of these doctors push it because it's more money for them in their pocket. Like, I've never had a C-section, praise the Lord, but I was pushed a few times, and I had to stand up for myself and say, hey, listen, I know I can do this. I refuse a C-section unless it's an emergency.
Because here's what happens. So there are some practices here. I'll just say for here locally, there are some OBGYNs who will schedule you at 39 weeks to be induced. And then they give you about 5 to 6 hours to labor. And then if you have not given birth within that time frame, they give you a C-section. So I'm just like, this is bad practice. That is not taking care of mom and baby. That is not even considering what the mother's body can just do on its own. Again, birth and pregnancy are physiological. So your body knows exactly what to do and how to do it. You just have to allow that to happen. But when you're constantly being interrupted, whether it's IVs, whether it's, getting Pitocin, whether it's getting the epidural, or just being in a hospital room, a lot of women have like white coat syndrome, where it's like they're already on the defense just being around doctors in general. So when that anxiety is up, the adrenaline is up, and you are blocking the natural oxytocin that your body needs to go into labor. And then that's when they say, oh, well, you're not progressing, so we'll just give you some Pitocin. And that's exactly how they say it too. You're not progressing, so we'll go ahead and do this. So you don't even get informed consent. You just you're under pressure in that moment because you're stressed, you want the baby out, and they're like, well, we can just go ahead and do this. So that is what happens. This is a very normal,
So really the doctor should only be there to assist, right? Rather than to, essentially force the process. They should essentially be monitoring and making sure you're all okay, especially in like the high risk pregnancy situations and that. But like when they are actively going in, that's where I do have a problem with it.
Yeah, and this is standard practice though. Like this is how every woman is treated like cattle in the birthing industry, like when it comes to like OBGYN and licensed midwifery. This is how they are all treated. They're treated exactly the same. They're given the same tests, and they're given the same, like, without considering everything that individual has going on. So it's like it's I hate it. I do. I hate it, and I hate how women are treated. I go out of my way to, counsel women who have gone through birth trauma, so that when they're pregnant again, they can talk through what happened in that first birth and to be prepared for the next one. So it's like, this is literally verbatim the story I hear. I was told I needed to be induced. I was not progressing, and then I had an emergency C-section. Like, it's the same thing every time.
Yeah, my mother had 5 kids, never needed a C-section. It was like, yeah, and I was a big baby. I was a huge baby. No need for a C-section.
No, you don't need a C-section because of big baby. That's just like not a real thing.
Well, yeah, like that's my point. Is like my mother's, she's like 5'2", and I weighed like well over 10 pounds. It's like I was a big baby, and she was able to do it. So I was like, quit it with the, you need the C-section. I was like, it's total nonsense.
Well, big baby, like they can't even detect if your child is big or small by an ultrasound, because that's not 100% accurate. So it's like, I don't know what to tell you. Just allow your body to go into labor naturally, and then go from there. I mean, if you have issues, go in. So, but I don't know what she meant by it's my story. That's not my story. That's not what happened with me. I'm saying that I counsel women, and this is the story all the time. Pressured into induction, because they make you feel like you can't say no. That's the one thing. So it's like they pressure you into the induction. You don't progress fast enough. They give you, whether it's the epidural or whatever, to try to relax you so that you'll progress, and then you're still not going fast enough, and then you go get a C-section. Like, that's literally, I'm talking from, that's my worldview, Yura. Like, I'm not going to step outside of my worldview to have any sort of conversation with you.
Yeah, I know firsthand that even if you wanted a child, and you try to conceive, you're not always going to conceive. So even in the grapist issue, like, even if she did get raped, she's not going to always conceive a child from that. And I believe the percentage is 0.01 or 0.05. I don't know the exact percentage, but not every time you try, or you get raped, or you get this, or you do that, you're going to have a child. Because, like, we've been trying for like 3 or 4 months now, and we have not had success, so.
I am trying to keep tame. I'm seeing the complaints about being racially insulted. Trying to not talk about dogs for dinner. It's okay. I'm doing my best.
Stop it. Hey, Shani. Thank you.
Thank you, Shani.
Thank you, Shani.
Thank you for the gift.
Shani's awesome.
Very
Yes, she is.
Yes, I love Shani. She's my goat.
She's awesome. Oh, I already sent all my gifts out. I don't have any more gifts. Oh, it's sent. I don't know why. I don't know how. But there you go.
Thank you guys for the love you so muches. Appreciate it. All right, guys, what is the biblical stance on abortion? So if you guys have an idea, come on up here.
Yeah, especially if you're an atheist. If you're an atheist, I'd love to know.
Oh, dude, I need to go to the opticians. I didn't realize those were words. Like, to be fair, I'm not wearing my glasses, but that's bad.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't realize those were words.
But it's probably because I mean, I'm right in front of it, so it makes sense.
I'm so blind. I need to book an optician's appointment.
Scooter says he's
Hello?
atheist.
Hello?
Scooter says
Hello?
he's
Hello?
That's what Alex says. Hello?
Dude, Scooter's always making fun of like the way I talk all the time. Like, what?
Make fun of me. Don't feel bad. It's
Hello?
Hello?
I got like
10:37. You still
dogged
yapping?
on.
Always.
Hello?
I got
Hello?
dogged on. Oh my gosh, I got dogged on last night because I said pizza wrong.
You said
Hello?
what?
Exactly. See?
Oh,
I said
pizza.
pizza.
That's right. That's right. I forgot about that.
Pizza.
Pizza. Yeah, holy echo chamber. I agree.
Yeah.
Hello?
Hello? Hello? Hello?
I have questions.
Hola.
Yeah.
Boss.
Okay, so I just got into a pretty decent dialectic with somebody on Big Dog's panel, and I wanted to ask you guys something. So, because intent was brought up, right? Because he was asking me. We were talking about like the medical exception, because one thing that I've noticed is that like from the abolitionist standpoint, the first thing that gets brought up is a medical exception, like from opposition. So they were talking about the medical exception, and the gentleman was saying that it was an intentional act. Like, let's just say that he gave me a hypothetical where a mother is pregnant, she has cancer, and the doctor is telling her that she has to take chemotherapy, which I tried to reject the hypothetical off rip. But she said, he said that in this hypothetical that the only chance to get the cancer out the body would be to take the chemotherapy, and the chemotherapy has a 99% chance of killing the baby in the womb. And so he said that would be an intentional act of taking out the baby, and I said, no, that's not true. And he said, well, if there's a 99% chance of killing the baby, how is that not intent? And I said, yeah, you're baking in that intention has to do with like just accepting the risks of something rather than a desired outcome. And so I told him, I said, under my semantics, the definition of intention would be the direction of one's will towards a desired act or outcome. And he said, yeah, okay. I was like, yeah. So therefore, if my intention is to get rid of the cancer, and the only way to get rid of that cancer, you're saying logically, would be to take chemotherapy, there's no other way, then it's still not necessarily an intentional act that the baby just winds up dying. It would be a tragedy, but that's not the goal. The goal is to actually get rid of the cancer to have a healthier environment for the mother and the baby. But that was after the fact that I even tried to reject the hypothetical off rip because he didn't want to accept the fact that there were other treatments that a mother could take.
Well, and it's the same position as like if you're having sex irresponsibly, you don't intend to get pregnant, but you can accept this as an outcome because you are engaging in this act.
Correct.
I would also say that I almost think that intention is more of like a human thing because maybe because I know like at the end of the day, yeah, God would look at the heart of the situation, like I mean, I guess that would be intention, but still, even if I knew that my child could possibly die, I am not willing to put my child in that situation. So it's like if a Christian is presented with this, I would just reject it.
And that's what I tried to do, but he wasn't willing to just like, move forward with the conversation. He was trying to back me up into a pretty
Sure.
solid corner on that. So,
Yeah. Let's see here.
but it's just like I told him, because under his semantics, he would say that intention like derives also from like a forethought of like statistical probabilities. So then I told him, I was like, okay, well, let's just say that like the statistics of driving a car, right? Let's just say that the statistics go up for you to have a car crash with each mile that you drive away from your home, which by the way, that's true. That's valid.
Mm-hmm.
So if it is the case that the probability of having a wreck goes up with every mile that you drive away from your home, and let's just say that you have a child, and let's just say that you happen to get into an accident, right? Let's say it's like 50 miles down the road, right? So now you're 50% more likely to have a car crash. Am I intending to kill my child because I just happen to have a car wreck?
No.
No.
Right. That's not how that works. So there has to be a desired outcome or a desired goal in mind, right, in order to like have anything to do with intention, I think.
Yeah. It maybe, I mean, I guess at the end of the day, though, the intention wouldn't excuse a sinful action. And if you know that your child has a very high likely chance of dying, like 99% chance of dying, and you know that,
you ought not
I do
do it.
believe that's a sinful action.
Yeah, I agree.
And just because your intention is to cure yourself, you shouldn't do it.
Right. Yeah, I agree.
Katie, what's your age?
Oh, I remember you.
I'm
Katie.
18. I was invited. I don't know why. but-
Okay.
Oh, is this the attorney?
Yeah.
Me?
The attorney.
This
You're
is
an
the-
attorney at 18.
Yeah.
No, I'm a law student. I'm not an attorney.
Oh, you're a law
I'm a
student.
law
Oh,
student.
okay. You're a
Get
law
ready, chicken. You should take this. You should do it.
What?
Yeah, this is funny.
student. Okay.
Oh,
Katie,
this dude again. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Um,
What's your issue?
I don't know why I was invited, apparently.
I don't know either. I'm not reading the comments. So do you have like a contention, or do you have an answer for the prompt? What is the biblical stance on abortion?
Well, I'm not religious, so it's like with my stance on abortion, it has nothing to do with the Bible or any other religion.
What is the
like that,
biblical
so-
stance on abortion? That's what the question is.
Yeah, so I don't really look at that because I don't put that with abortion because I don't base any of my morals or things such as that on religion. So why would I think about
Are
that?
you able to answer questions?
Yeah, but but the thing is I'm not educated on the biblical stances of abortion because I don't
Okay.
look at the Bible, so
Okay.
yeah, I don't know.
I don't
was
know why
invited.
you were. I don't know why you were invited up here. So if
I
I
just-
did
I
a
just
reason
asked-
to invite you, okay.
I did. It was
I just asked if you guys were pro-life or pro-choice. That's all I asked in the comments. but-
Abolitionists.
Yeah, we're abortion abolitionists.
Yeah, but then
Oh.
she said insane. So our position is insane, apparently.
Yeah,
That's okay.
abolitionists.
What is
Yeah,
an
I'm-
abolitionist?
Well, is it an abolitionist not wanting abortions in any stance?
I mean, sure, you can say that, but do you know what an abolitionist, like, what the position is?
Well, practically not giving exceptions.
Okay, so no exceptions. Sure, that's a part of it. That's entailed in our view. But do you know what abolitionists are seeking?
What, like the abolishment of abortion?
Yeah, what does that mean to abolish?
Yeah, to not have abortions anymore, to not have it legal, to not have it be performed.
Okay, yeah, to not have it legal. So an abolitionist is seeking to have equal human rights. So all humans from the moment of fertilization are equal beings. And then abortion is the act of murder on a preborn child. And then when murder is committed on any human, there is punishment for it. So we're just seeking equal human rights, equal justice when somebody is murdered. So
Okay.
abortions are
So
still
you-
abortions will still happen, right? But there will be justice when that murder is committed.
Okay.
So that's an
I don't know.
abolitionist position.
Okay. Cool. I don't know
Do
why
you
I'm
agree
getting
that all
flamed in the
human
comments.
beings
but-
should? I don't know either. Cause I mean, like, lock in because we're
I
talking.
haven't even
Don't worry
said
about
anything.
the comments. I know, that's what I'm saying. Just
well, the
like,
thing is,
I'm just talking to you. I'm talking to
okay,
you, so you don't have to worry about the comments. Would you agree that all
okay.
human beings should be equal?
Well, all human. Well, everyone is human, but the thing is, it comes onto a different stance when we're talking about a fetus.
Well, why
I
is
know,
a
like,
human fetus different than a born, like a newborn? Why are they different?
because practically fetuses, to be able to host that life, you need to have someone else's bodily autonomy being infringed of.
Yeah, but that's the ontology of being a fetus is dependency. So what are you going
Yeah.
to do?
So
You just want to kill them just because that's just where they're supposed to be?
no, I'm saying that a woman should have the choice on whether or not she wants to sacrifice her bodily autonomy.
Okay, so are you abortion is good all 9 months?
No.
Okay, well, what about her bodily autonomy?
Well, the thing is,
Why are you
well, I
restricting
also,
her bodily autonomy?
well, because I also take into account like intention and things such as that. Most abortions do take place before the 24-week mark, so practically meaning that the fetus does not have consciousness, does not have all of these other factors that we could then push into the argument of being then like more immoral. Do you know the argument of development, like the developmental argument?
Sure, I mean, but I don't know why that matters.
Well, because that's how I kind of see it. It's like, well, if you are like your intention and things such as that, like when women who clearly don't want to have a child or something like that find out that they're pregnant, usually around the 4 to 6 week, they'll actively try and get an abortion as soon as possible. So that's what I'm kind of saying, is that like people who have the intention to get an abortion and do not want to go through with this pregnancy are not waiting 9 months to then, like, let's say 2 weeks before labor.
I'm not even making that claim. I'm not even making that claim that women wait till 9 months to have abortions. I was just asking you because you said bodily autonomy. So I wanted to know, are you all 9 months? And you said no. So you are obviously already contradicting yourself that you don't believe in bodily autonomy.
No,
so because it's 24 weeks is when the baby is worthy of not being killed.
No, that's not okay. Dude, it's like 5 in the morning. I didn't want to talk about this. Yeah.
Oh, well, then you didn't have to accept it. You didn't have to come up here. That's okay. Like.
Yeah, I was just
you're
wondering
welcome
why
to
I was
leave.
invited. Okay, cool.
I just said I don't know because somebody else invited you. I'm not reading the
Well,
comments.
while she is up here, it's probably best that I go ahead and I say this. So the reason why Katie doesn't want to have the discussion is because I think she knows from our last conversation. By the way, this is Doc Holliday, Katie.
Did I have a conversation with you? I
did.
don't remember.
You did on Kevin's panel. Extra was there. Jason for Justice was there. Jack the Peepo was there. The reason why Katie doesn't want to have this discussion is because she couldn't get through basic definitions of like what sentience was.
I can. It's just I couldn't care less. I just couldn't care less.
Well, no, like you very obviously couldn't, because once we started parsing through like what the definition of sentience was, you were actually willing to like die on the hill of unaliving infants, unaliving unconscious people.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did.
No, I didn't.
There's a recording of it.
No, I didn't. We spoke. No, okay, hold on. We literally spoke about you guys saying. I think someone said that. Oh well, then would it be permissible to take like someone who was, let's say, terminally ill and pull the plug on them or something like that?
Well, hold on, Katie, because we got to go through and we have to reparse out now what your definition is before you just start talking about what other people said. So what was your definition of sentience, by the way?
I just said I'm not having this conversation. I was invited by someone else.
That's fine. I just have one thing that I want to tell you before you depart, from us, is that the bad news is that this path that you're on is leading you straight to destruction. But the good news is that Jesus Christ, he came to this earth, fully God, fully man, born of a virgin. He died for sinners, rose 3 days later, and now he sits at the right hand of the Father, and he is King of heaven and of earth. And if you call out to him and believe what he did, you shall be saved. And I do pray that you are granted repentance from God and that you turn from your, ways. You're very young. And I do pray that for you, so that we don't have to die on these hills of infanticide and, murdering children and putting, qualifiers on people when they're worthy of protection. So,
Yeah.
and especially with you going to be a lawyer too, because I want you to truthfully protect all humans, not just certain ones that you find to be good enough.
No, I get what you're saying. I used to be a Christian, but that was not.
Well, that's a controversial take because I would say you weren't, unless you're just kind of like on the path where you're kind of just like straying away. Maybe something happened in the church, and that happens. Okay, it really does. So you could truly have been regenerated, when you were younger, and maybe you're just kind of like trying to find your own way. And I do pray that God, pulls you back in, and that you are truly saved, and that you'll be in the kingdom of heaven with us one day, Katie.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, even if I was Christian and things such as that, I don't bring in religion to these types of conversations because it's
Well,
really
that's my
on
worldview. That's
Yeah,
my
yeah,
worldview.
I
So
get
I
that.
won't step out of my worldview to have the conversation. Just like you won't step out of your worldview to have a conversation either, because that would just not make sense.
It would lead to like bad faith and disingenuous action.
Yeah, I'm just saying that because when I talk about this, I talk about legislation. And the whole point of
Sure.
like legislation being made is that it cannot be influenced by a religion. So
That's not
practically
true.
saying that, yeah, it is. It's like, well, specifically from where I'm from, laws cannot be influenced mainly off of religion. So everyone has the right and the freedom of religion to practice whatever they want or feel like they want to be. But so if we have that freedom and things such as that, you can't influence legislation that affects every person who is practicing different religions onto a country, if you get what I'm saying.
No, I understand what you're saying, and it's wrong because you would have to just prove that you shouldn't murder people came from somewhere else besides God, Yahweh, the creator.
Okay.
That's all. So that's all I'm saying. So like it would have to get into that conversation. You would have to prove to me that God does not exist and that he isn't the one who created the moral standards. So I know it's early, so I don't want to force you into a conversation. You're welcome to come back anytime and we can have that conversation. That's fine.
Yeah,
I don't
I'm
take
fine
this
to
as
have a
like a
conversation.
concession or a runner. Like, okay. So if you don't want to be here, I'm not going to make you be here.
Yeah, I'm fine to have a conversation and things like that. But the reason why I don't come into these lives and I don't like to talk to people who practically just make it more into a philosophical like debate and just kind of straw man my arguments and things like that. It gets quite toxic with some of the people that I've spoken to. So it's
Every time you
Well-
enter a discussion or a debate, you are partaking in philosophy. All philosophy is just the study of knowledge. So like even with you being a law student, that's a philosophy of law, right? So by you even talking about legislation, by you even bringing up legislation, you are condoning the action of having a philosophical discussion by bringing up legislation.
Yeah, no, I get that. I'm just saying, like, I've had experiences with, like, a bunch of Phil bros practically being like, oh, well, words don't mean anything and they don't have any grounds. Like, what's the meaning of a chair? Like, that's subjective. Like, it's just, that's why I don't have these
Yeah, I mean,
conversations.
like a semantic nihilist would definitely say some things like this. We try not to have conversations with people like that because, like, what's the value in words if they say words have no meaning? So, like, that's kind of extreme. But I mean, like, obviously, like, you do understand that our words like have intellectual meaning behind them, and the whole reason why that we have a debate is to try to find and break the contention in between your definition of X versus my definition of Y. So, like, it's just, I mean, being picky about what panels you grow up on is definitely wise. But just understand that any time that you go into a debate with somebody, it's gonna be a discussion on philosophy.
Yeah, no, I get that. I'm just saying that the way that I look at abortion is practically, well, I view morality as subjective because, as we know, we cannot, as a society and as like a whole world, convince every single person to follow one ideology and things such as that, because it will never happen realistically.
Why would that
Like-
be wrong if the dominant stance was that, hey, we're Christians, we're in the majority, and we're going to use democracy to enforce our stance on everybody?
Because then you
why
would be
would that be
infringing on other
wrong?
people's freedoms.
Okay, but you
You
would do
would
the
be-
same thing as a secularist, right?
Pardon?
Like you would do the same thing if like your party of political power came to like say example for like COVID, right? And they said, oh, do you know
Hmm.
what? We think that's best to infringe on everybody's freedom and lock them down and stay inside so we can minimize the toll. Would you be in favor of something like that?
Well, it depends. Well, when we're talking about like medical and global like health issues and things like COVID, then yeah, that would be understandable. Of course, like people didn't want to do that because it would be infringing on their like physical freedoms and stuff like that, but it's for the greater good of the whole community. When I'm talking
Okay,
about religion
so
specifically,
well, you
it's
just proved
like
my point. You just said that you would be okay with it as long as the dominant group with the force agreed with your view and they infringed on the rights of others. It would be okay because in your mind, that's the greater good.
well, the thing is, when you have proof, like medical proof and things such as that, saying that these are like unaliving people, like it is a deadly virus and things such as that, and it's like it's not exactly a religion that you have to convince someone of. It's medical and it's science. So like that's where we
Oh,
have a difference.
okay. So I understand. So you hold to science and you're against unaliving people. If we're preserving life, that'd be something that you're in favor of. And but you also have the stance that you are pro-choice, where
Yeah, because I
scientifically,
view women.
oh well,
I
hold on, scientifically, 95% of biologists, the consensus, the scientific consensus, is that life actually begins at conception. But
yeah, I
since
didn't
you don't
deny
hold
that.
that worldview, oh, okay, so
I
you're okay with unaliving people then.
So the thing that I hold with abortion, practically saying that I view and hold the woman's choice on whether or not she wants to sacrifice and put her body and use it as a host to host this life and let it continue, is more up to what's the word? I how do I simplify this? Practically just saying that I view the woman's choice on whether or not she wants to use her bodily autonomy over um, a like a fetus. If you get what I'm saying.
Why would it be distinct? Why should she be able to use her bodily autonomy to end a fetus versus any other agent, like, for example, like a 1-year-old that's still dependent on her? What's the moral
Yeah,
difference?
yeah. So practically, like, well, a 1-year-old, the what's the word? Sorry, it's really late. The like the parental responsibility can be moved between different people. But the thing is, with a fetus, it's not like I can, let's say, get pregnant and then go, I don't want this anymore, and then transfer my whole uterus to another woman. That's not viable. Like, of course, a 1-year-old is still dependent on care and things like that to be like fed, changed, and other stuff. But a fetus, you cannot transfer that responsibility.
Okay, but why would it be the case that your choice of that of what you prefer is more valuable than a human life?
Wait, what did you say? Sorry.
Why is your choice like why is your choice more why does that have more moral relevance than a human life? Like why
Yeah,
is that baby's
because
life worth less than your choice?
I value sentience.
Okay,
I
so if your
value the
grand
life that's already been
well,
living.
wait, so if there's people in the hospital that aren't sentient, they're maybe in a vegetative state and they might come out of it, we don't know. We should be able to go up and unalive them because they don't have moral value without sentience.
Well, in that stance, it would be up to the family. But also, if we're talking about like this argument gets brought up a lot, like what if we have someone like in a vegetative state, as you said, like or goes into a coma? It's like, well, that person has already like has physical independence. Their existence is not draining anyone else's bodily autonomy of any nutrients or physicality or anything such as that. So then I would think that it would be permissible for that person to continue with like medical intervention to like keep them alive.
Wait, so the distinction is that it has to do with your nutrients.
Well, no, it practically just has to. Okay, so it's like what's an example? So with a fetus, it's like the fetus has to be, well, first of all, attached. It's taking nutrients. It's taking her,
But you agree
like,
that fetus is a human being.
yeah. I'd never denied that it's a human being. I know that it's a
Okay, so you're
life. I
okay
know
with
that it's
unaliving human beings.
Yes, since it is dependent and it's taking from her bodily autonomy.
Okay, but somebody who has a caregiver is dependent and
Yeah,
infringes on
they're
other
dependent,
people's
but that
autonomy.
dependence can be transferred.
Yeah, but what if they don't want to transfer it? What if they just want to unalive them because they're dependent? Why is
Yeah,
that
so that
wrong?
wouldn't be
Yeah,
permissible.
wait. She already. This has already like been reduced to absurdity. She just already said she's okay with killing humans. So,
Yeah, I mean,
Katie, I
Mhm.
already gave you the gospel. I think we kind of like exhausted the conversation for today. Like I said, you're welcome to come back anytime. Just give me a follow when you see me live. Come on back, and yeah, you have one thing to say. Go ahead.
Yeah, King. So Katie,
Mhm.
just to kind of lighten up the mood a little bit, can I ask you a rhetorical question?
Okay.
How do you walk?
How do I walk?
Yeah.
Using my own mind, physicality, and things like that independently.
Okay.
What?
You have a nice day.
is that a hypothetical that I don't understand because I feel stupid right now?
I was
It's
just
just to
about to
make
say
sure
the
that
same thing.
it's just to make sure she's like able to track and answer questions. The
Okay,
correct
I like
answer
it.
is the correct answer is by moving my feet back and forth.
Yeah, I was like, it's like the, if you had any breakfast today, how would you feel? Like same kind of
Yup,
thing.
exactly.
Yeah, I'm okay with unaliving human beings. Okay. All right.
Oh, now she's emotional in the comments. Katie, look, you could have avoided all this by just holding true to what you wanted to do beforehand. You said very clearly that you did not want to have the conversation, but you like you explicitly intended on staying because you didn't leave. So you you put yourself in this position to have the conversation anyways. So like I think this was the issue, is that you were signing off on absurdities and contradictions. The whole conversation last time that we had a conversation with you, that just seems to be congruent to this conversation that was had, even through like you having a like wanting to have a conversation. You can't want and then not want to have a conversation. That's not how that works.
She is woman. Hear her change her mind.
Yeah, I would agree. One of a kind.
Ain't that true, sister?
Amen.
Well, it's crazy to be like within 2 minutes to contradict the worldview so many times is kind of crazy.
Yeah.
I believe in I believe in protecting human life and reduction of harm, and science also unalive all the babies. You recognize you're unaliving babies? Yes, and I want to do it because I prefer it. I like it because my choice.
But all equal, all humans are equal, but not all humans are equal.
Except for the ones I want to unalive.
Right. Yeah, I remember me, Extra, Jack, and who was it? Jason for Justice. We all had a conversation with her on Lionel Kent's video or panel. Sorry, still trying to wake up. And so, dude, like she was trying to like contradict her stance all over the place because first she held to bodily autonomy, then we showed contradictions with bodily autonomy, then she said morals were subjective, so we showed contradictions like with her moral subjective framework, then she held to sentience, and then whenever whenever she held to sentience and she tried to define sentience, like she was just, she said that consciousness had to be a thing. She said like the ability to have rational thought was a thing. Like moral agency was a thing. All these different things, and like literally, Jason just like reductio spammed her on all of those qualifications for sentience, and like she like signed off on basically like genocide. It was wild.
Yeah, that's great. That's like basic. Like, what do you say about people with Down syndrome? If those are all your criteria,
Yeah, yeah. And she signed off on that too.
yeah, they just don't like. They don't. I don't know if they don't think about the actual out. Like, I guess if you're not philosophy minded or you haven't really like deeply thought, you don't really think about the consequences or the outcomes of like these things that you hold to.
Yeah.
I think that was maybe all of us at a point. When you're young and you don't know and you think things are okay, and then you're like, once you hear like the arguments, you're like, well, how did I ever think different of this? Like, it's just you've never examined your own worldview on anything.
Right.
And then if you can hold to it after that, it's just like you have to just be evil, I guess, in a sense.
Yep. Yep. Or at least it's acting on impulse in and of itself. Like,
Yeah, I just don't see. I mean, like, even if you're a person who views like the outskirt situations as something that you want to have a choice for, like it's like how do you not even look at the majority and be like, well, at least all that stuff is bad.
right.
Like, I can see how you can contend the argument for the outskirt cases.
Oh, you're talking about like SA and medical exception?
Yeah, like an essay and like child situations,
Sure.
like stuff like that. Like, I still think I'm an abolitionist. That's my stance, where I don't think adding evil on top of evil does any good for the situation.
Well, you know what I think it is that with the majority of abortion cases, a lot of the times people don't even understand the views that they hold to. Like, they're mainly just like, how do you say, verbal spewing things that they've heard.
Yeah, it's like social conditioning.
Right. But
It's the culture we live in.
But whenever you're dealing with like SA exception and medical exception, usually those stem from trauma, right? Like,
Yeah.
usually they have a personal quip with those two things, like themselves in their life. So that's usually where the contention comes in, because one is just like dealing with mentally lethargic people, and then the other two is just like you're dealing with actual personal conviction.
Actual
And-
trauma and stuff like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, so it turns into a really big problem. That's why a lot of anti-abortionists only focus on the normative, because a lot of them don't even feel equipped to have the conversation with the exceptions. You see,
Yeah.
I have a lot of grace towards them. I don't think they're correct in not having the conversation, but I understand why they don't have.
Yeah, it's hard. It's hard. I mean, it's like you don't want to be the priest that goes to the family who just lost, their 3 kids in a car accident and go, everything happens for a reason.
Right.
You
and
like
then-
you don't want to be
yeah,
that
like
person.
go and you tell them, oh, you're wrong. Like,
Yeah.
and people don't want
Yeah.
to put themselves in that position. I get it, like, but
Dealing with people is like sensitive, especially if you think that, like, if it's like, oh, this is someone who has trauma right now and they're kind of defending something that they did, just gotta tell them there's forgiveness in Jesus Christ.
yo, one of a kind needs to write that down. Writing a paper doesn't make what you wrote true.
That's right.
Write that down, bro. Oh, Shaolin monk, give wisdom. Oh, the only way flower can thrive is if it bloom.
Confucius say. Have you guys had a lot of people come in here today?
I think the live's kind of tanked since I've been in here. It's like all the opposition runs the second that Kuroshi shows up. I don't know what to tell you.
I was on a panel with all pro-choice, and it
The
was like,
flattery is crazy work, bro.
No,
I
it's
was-
probably more so. It's probably more so Dang, this low tier's here again?
Low tier debater.
Yeah.
I got called a low tier debater today.
And bro, I'm like bottom of the barrel. I don't know what to tell you.
It hurt my feelings.
My fifis are always hurt. So
Yeah,
people
that's
like
what
chicken
happened.
more than they like me, and I stomp my feet and storm off. So
Like chicken, like fried chicken, or
no, the host.
oh
Her main account is Chicken the Abolitionist, and she got bananaed yesterday, so this is her backup.
no way, that sucks. That's stupid. Someone reported over like not agreeing, I guess.
No, somebody called somebody else the F slur, and I didn't even get like a warning. It just shut my live down.
That's so stupid. That used to be a fun word we could use between friends, you know. All right, just me, I guess.
Sorry, I didn't hear you. I was helping my child start laundry.
No, I don't want to repeat it. It's okay.
Oh.
Is someone gonna
So,
come up?
Jewish disciple,
Yeah.
what's your story? What are you?
I'm
Are you
out.
an abolitionist, anti-abortion?
I'm an abolitionist, but I'm probably not as hardcore as you. But that is my stance. Um, I'm at work right now, and I'm trying to pass the time on TikTok because thankfully I don't have anything really to do today. I just have to be here.
What do you mean not as extreme as like what does that mean?
Well, I probably like you probably do more than I do in way of
Oh,
abolitionism, you know?
I gotcha. I gotcha. I thought you meant like the view itself, like the
No,
position.
no, I would think
Oh,
my positions is congruent with yours, but it seems like you're more active if you have a account that's abolitionist chicken. Uh, I assume you're doing big things.
um, yeah. Let me see. Yeah, so I'm a part of like Abolish Abortion Tennessee. That's where I'm at. We put forth an abolition bill. It was knocked down by pro-lifers, so that's kind of like the daily with abolitionists.
Yeah, I watch Russell a lot from
Yeah,
Abolitionist
yeah.
Rising, and I'm familiar with that story. I'm in Florida. It would be nice to be more active. I actually am waiting on organ donation of kidney, and it's kind of tough to do anything but work and
Well,
dialysis and
we
home.
can send you like the Discord, so you can be in the Abolitionist Acts Discord, and then they'll put you in like the Florida channel, and
Cool.
then you can just kind of see what's going on in Florida.
Yeah, how do I get in there?
We'll have to send you the link to
Oh yeah, just
join.
link my inbox.
Yeah, yeah, we can send the Discord link to your inbox.
Cool. So you guys get active a lot. Are you guys doing like YouTube content too and stuff like that, or is it mainly just
Me, yeah, so like me specifically, I just do more YouTube stuff, or I'm sorry, TikTok stuff, and then like I will go to like local churches in my area just to like to talk to them about pro-life versus abolitionism and which view is biblical. So in between, because we could present another abolition bill next year. So we just want to make sure that everybody like knows what abolition is versus like pro-life. So
Yeah, I'm sure your layman doesn't know, like probably like 90% of people you talk to don't understand the distinction.
right, yeah.
Yeah, it's good. I mean, it's like, yeah, pro-life is just enabling um a bunch of unalive and like you said, like they do more protection than the other side kind of does for shooting down bills, which is crazy.
Chicken, do you want to restart? Maybe.
Yeah, that's what I was just thinking. I'll get the baby taken care of and then do a restart and then okay, never mind.
Yeah. Oh, I was gonna say
Oh,
I'll
my
see you in
bad.
an hour.
My bad.
Just
My bad.
kidding.
My bad. Link, are you free in an hour?
No, that was a joke.
Oh,
The hour thing was a joke.
bro, I was on a phone call, came back, saw that link was in the requests, so I just let him up.
Oh,
Chicken, what were you wanting to do? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to impose.
I was just gonna restart, and then when I get my baby taken care of. So like, I don't know, 30 minutes max.
Okay. Link, are you free in about 30 minutes?
sure. Yeah.
Okay.
All
My fault,
right.
bro.